Mr. Truman.
You know me?
Of course. You have an appointment.
I do?
Well, you are seeking placement, aren't you?
Well, I usually am, lady.
Please take a seat by Mr. Huberson. Right over there, please. The director will see you shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Funny thing, I don't remember making an appointment.
Well, now that you mention it, neither do I.
Mr. Huberson?
Yes.
Dr. Gates will see you now.
Oh, thank you. I was to see the director.
I am the director.
There must be some mistake.
No, you're at the right place, sir. The Acme Placement Service. No competition. Make yourself comfortable.
Are you really a doctor?
Not of medicine.
A head shrinker, eh?
Well, a head expander, depending on the individual, of course. But after all, enough about me. We are here to discuss your qualifications, are we not?
Well, I'm sure you won't have any problem placing me. My qualifications are well established and readily verified.
I know that. I have a complete dossier on you.
Where'd you get that?
From the founder.
Who is the founder?
Well, he's responsible for all of this. Started the whole thing. Supreme innovator.
Oh, he is he? Well, for your information, I'm quite satisfied with matters the way they are. I don't need any innovations from you or your founder. Look here, unlock this door.
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry, sir, but it's a rule we have. The door cannot be unlocked until after our interview.
Insight. Stories of modern man's search for meaning, freedom, love, insight.
All of us on occasion cop out, abdicate our dignity, and violate the rights of those around us, which is just another way of saying that we're all sinners. Now, there's just two ways of handling this fundamental fact of the human experience. One way is by honestly facing up to it, admitting our weakness to ourselves and to those around us. The other way is to deny it. How do you handle it?
Well, if that's what it takes to get out of here, let's go ahead and finish the interview. Where would you like me to start?
Now that you can decide, sir.
Well, I certainly have nothing to hide. My entire life is an open book.
Actually, we've transferred it to film.
Film?
Oh, we're quite up to date here. As McLuhan says, the medium is the message. And in order to capture your message, we've used the medium of this audio-visual era. 20 reels of film capturing the most important moments of your life from birth to the present.
Why, that's impossible.
I'm used to skepticism here, and so many people don't believe unless they actually see it for themselves. The screen behind you, sir. Watch it.
Ralph Huberson presents a Ralph Huberson production. This is My Life, starring Ralph Huberson, written and directed by Ralph Huberson. Supporting cast, the rest of mankind. January 10th, 1920, Geneva, Switzerland, the birth of the League of Nations. And in Canton, Ohio, on the same day, Ralph Huberson was born, a beautiful baby. His potential was infinite. His future to be whatever he would make of it. Time marches on. As early as 9, Ralph knew where he was going, what he wanted to do and be. That's the way it was, February 22nd, 1929. A day like any other. And remember, Ralph, you were there.
Well, all right, then you've got my life on film. Then you certainly must know the good I've done, my accomplishments.
Well, that's it, sir. What good have you done, and then tell me your accomplishments?
Well, certainly, for example, all of my life I've been very interested in civic affairs. I was president of the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, but that was good for business.
Oh, I don't deny that, but remember, what's good for business is good for the country. And also, I was chairman of the board of our country club.
What's your club? That was restricted, wasn't it, sir?
Restricted? Oh, well, sure. Well, there's certain people that you just can't let... Well, you know the types I mean.
Yeah.
You let them in, they simply take over. You don't have a club anymore. What you have is a ghetto with grass. Oh, you should have seen that golf course before I arrived. You couldn't tell the sand traps from the putting greens. Well, I put a stop to that in short order, yes, sirree. I watered the hell out of it. Then I spread enough fertilizer to cover Rhode Island. The result? Those greens were just like velvet, fastest in the state. And I was responsible.
But, sir, couldn't you have found a better use for the fertilizer?
What do you mean?
The drought in Africa continues unabated. The winds blow the topsoil away. Nothing grows. The land dies. The cattle die. The people suffer and die. This land and these people need your help.
How in the name of heaven am I responsible for that?
Well, sir, did you offer any help in the name of heaven?
You know the trouble with you bleeding hearts? You expect us to take care of the rest of the entire world, no matter how shiftless and lazy they are. Why, they fornicate like rabbits, they propagate like lemmings, and then they expect us to take care of them and their litters. Now, why should you help people like that?
Aren't you a Christian?
Christian, indeed I am. A damn good one, too, I don't mind telling you. I go to services almost every Sunday.
Oh, Mr. Worrell went to church, and he went there every Sunday, but Mr. Worrell went to hell for what he didn't do on Monday.
Now, what is that supposed to mean? I've always done what I felt was right.
I was hungry, and you gave me not to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me not to drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you covered me not. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. As long as you did it not to the least of my brothers, neither did you do it to me.
Are you here to judge me or place me?
Oh, no, sir, I'm not here to judge you. And you should make the decision as where you're to be placed.
That's what I've done all of my life. I have always followed and acted on my own beliefs. And I've always believed that charity begins at home.
Well, is there anything that says, sir, that charity must end there?
We have plenty of problems of our own.
All right. Well, then perhaps you could tell me something about your home, about your family.
Oh, what is it to tell? Actually, I haven't got one, not anymore. My wife divorced me about 3 years ago. Claimed I didn't have time for anything but business. Well, I'd like to know where she'd be if I hadn't worked that hard. She wouldn't be living in that fancy house. All those furs and jewels.
Well, perhaps you didn't want those things. Perhaps you wanted you, your love.
Ingrates, all of them. My children, too. I gave them the best of everything. Gave them the best clothes, the best cars, the best schools. And they left home. I don't even hear from them.
Friends, sir?
Friends. Leeches is more like it, isn't it? Oh, sure. People pretend to be your friend if they think they get something out of you. Let me tell you something. Nobody gets something for nothing from Ralph Huberson. And if you work for me, I ask for and expect only an honest day's work for an honest day's pay.
Then, Mr. Huberson, you are alone?
Yes, I'm alone. I don't need anyone. I'm my own man. I'm self-made. I'm a success. And I don't owe anybody anything.
Okay, sir, if you had it to do all over again, would you change anything then?
Nothing. Listen, I had to make my own rules in order to survive in this dog-eat-dog world. I did what had to be done, and I followed the rules I laid down. Nothing. No one was going to stop me, and no one, big or small, did. As the song says, I did it my way.
Yes, yes, you did.
Have you got some sort of allergy?
Yes.
Well, now that you know with whom you're dealing, what sort of a placement can you offer me?
Have whatever suits your merits and your heartfelt aspirations, Mr. Huberson. But, sir, there's still a choice as to which way you can go.
What's behind that door?
That's the founder. He can give you anything you need. He can fulfill your every wish.
Well, I don't need anything, Mr. Gates. Certainly not from your founder. And what's behind that door?
So that leads to Sweet Eye, and in there you're guaranteed absolute total privacy.
Privacy? Say, that's perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Mr. Huberson, that's what you'll have, sir.
Good, good. Tell me, this position, is it permanent?
Yes, sir, extremely. Mrs. Vargas, will you come in, please?
Say, do you treat all of your clients as well?
Our clients always get what they choose. Mrs. Vargas, will you show Mr. Huberson into the Sweet Eye?
This way, Mr. Huberson.
Oh, will I see you again?
I'm afraid not, sir.
Well, anyway, thanks.
Mr. Huberson, don't thank me. You have only yourself to thank.
Yes. I guess you're right at that. Well, goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Huberson.
Dr. Gates, Mr. Huberson is settled now.
Well, then, could you file his dossier? Case closed. Oh, Miss Vargas, can you send Mr. Truman in next, please?
Yes. Mr. Truman, you're next.
Well, what about these other people? I mean, they were all here before me.
It's not their time yet.
Oh, well, let's get with it.
I'm Peter Gates. Come in, Mr. Truman.
Bobby. Call me Bobby. Everybody calls me Bobby.
Then Bobby it is. Have a seat.
Oh, no, thanks. I'd rather stand. I've been sitting all my life. I like to stand in one. That's showbiz talk for front row center, right out there in front of that good audience. Actually, I'm a little nervous. I gotta feel like popcorn on a hot stove, it's like I'm auditioning,
You are.
Well, for what?
Your future full-time employment.
Wow. Hey, who set that up?
We did.
Well, who's we?
My superior, the founder, and I.
Oh, that's your boss, huh? Well, what is this, some kind of a booking agency?
You could say that.
Well, look, if I'm going to audition, I'd like to have a piano, huh?
That can be easily arranged.
Hey, how'd you do that?
Professional secret.
Oh, I get it. You're in showbiz, too. You're some kind of magician.
Of a sort.
I can tell. Once a ham, always a ham. Hey, terrific set of ivories. Well, are you ready?
Whenever you are.
Well, here goes nothing. Give me a straw hat and a Benjamin Franklin said it best. A friend in need is just the best. Now let me go walking down, the roses are red and violets are blue. Kick my girl with an army shoe. When I hear that old familiar music start, happy memories come back to my heart. I get a thrill I can't explain. Walking down that old time lane. First you tip your hat, you give it a pat, wrap your cane on the floor. You give 'em a this, you give 'em a that, and then they holler for more. I get a thrill I can't explain every time that I recall doing another curtain call with a straw hat, baby, and a cane. Womp, womp.
You're terrific. You're really good.
We should tell that to my agent. He couldn't get me a split weekend to Gobi Desert.
How did you get started in show business?
Oh, I don't know. I've loved it ever since I was a kid, loved entertaining. You know, when I was 6, I did the Mighty Wangaloo in my school Christmas pageant. That really hooked me for good. Yes, sir, there's no business like show business, like no business I know.
But you never did as well as you thought you should.
No, I'm afraid I never got those big bookings, never got the breaks.
And that made you angry?
Oh, not angry, violent. You know, I'm going up to my agent's office, and I'm all set for 10 Ed Sullivan guest shots. By the time I get there, he gives my shots to Bernie Taylor. Imagine that, my guest shots. Well, I got so angry, I tore that office to shreds. I broke every stick of furniture in the place, and I wrapped him right in the mouth. Of course, that did me a lot of good around Broadway. Got me a great reputation as a troublemaker and an angry man. Max, yeah, that was his name, Max. I'll never forget it. Yeah, well, you know, he blacklisted me for 3 years. I couldn't get another flesh peddler.
Well, what'd you do during that 3-year period?
Well, I hung around Las Vegas 4 or 5 years. I worked at some flea bag hotel as a room clerk, you know. It got me a chance to see all the big stars up there on the strip. Half of them weren't as good as I am. No way.
Did you envy them?
Envy. It tore at my insides. All I needed was a chance, just a break, one crack at it, but I never got it. And by God, how I prayed for a chance.
Are you a church-going man, Bobby?
Oh, you know, I miss a couple of Sundays, but I mean, I believe in God. Trouble is, I don't think he believes in me.
God believes in you, Bobby.
Yeah, well, he sure never heard my prayers.
He heard them. Perhaps he didn't think it was the right time to answer them.
Boy, and I tell you, I was ready. I mean, I was really ready for the big time, and I just never got that chance. Then I decided to team up with a girl. You know, I thought maybe I'd put a little sex in the act.
I know.
You know? Yeah?
Bobby Truman?
That's me.
Fred Myers said you were auditioning girls for your new act?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I am. Come on in.
I'm Joy Carn. I work in the big room at the Flamingo.
Oh, really? Well, what do you do?
I stand on a stairway, wearing a smile and 16 sequins.
Yeah. You got any hidden talents?
Sure, I can sing and dance. I want to improve myself. Move up from that stationary, statuesque showgirl bit. All I need is a chance. That's why I'm here. Do you think you can use me?
Oh, yeah, I can use you. All depends if you're, you know, willing to cooperate.
I'm willing.
Great. How about a little drink before your audition?
Why not? I take it straight.
Straight. Here you go. Well, happy days.
Yes.
How about a chaser?
What did you have in mind?
You do know the rest.
Yeah, I know the rest. Look, I'm not proud of the fact that I was a lech and a lush. I was just boozing it up a lot to forget the fact that I was just a bum.
Well, did that help?
No. There was always the mornings after, and the failure was even worse. Oh, I tried to make up for it. I tried to help people that needed my know-how, but somehow I kept going back to chasing broads and more booze till there was no tomorrow. You know, the whole rotten schmear.
Not the whole rotten schmear, Bobby. But as you say, there is always a tomorrow, and of course, there's a piper to pay.
Well, look, Doc, I'm willing to pay. I mean, I'll do anything you say.
What is it that you want?
Look, I want to do the right thing. I want to do, well, look, I'm an entertainer. I'm a song and dance man, and I want to help people. I want to make them sing, and I want to make them laugh and just forget their troubles, even if it's only for a little while. Please, Doc, I really need your help.
It's not I who can help you, Bobby.
Well, then who?
You, yourself, and the founder.
Oh, the founder? Oh, your boss. Well, can I see him?
Not yet, but if you feel the need and you really are anxious for his help, I'm sure he'll put himself at your service completely. All you need to do is ask.
Well, yeah, but where is he?
Closer than you think.
What's that?
That's the symbol of the life and the love he wants to give. He does marvelous things for those who will let him.
What'll I call him?
You can call him whatever you wish, but he is still always the founder.
I would sure like to see him. But I guess he already knows that I've done so many lousy things that I'm really at a dead end. But without your help, hey, I'm finished. I swear, I'm gonna change. I'll get rid of all that rotten stuff. I'll get my act together. I swear. Only please, just give me a break. Look, all I need is a chance. You're the only one that can do it. You can give me that break, that chance, and save myself from. You can save me from being just a complete nothing. He's the real magician, isn't he?
Bobby. Welcome to the big time.
The big time? You mean you got a spot for me? I'm in?
You can pick your own spot.
Hey, that's terrific. Listen, I got some suggestions for you around here. I mean, now take that waiting room. Hey, that's like a morgue out there. I mean, those people are all uptight. You know, they don't know what to expect. I could cheer them up a little, give them a little showtime, huh?
Ah, that's a good idea. You can start after you've seen the founder.
Oh, well, wait a minute. What did I say to him?
You've already said all the right things.
Oh.
I don't need anyone. I'm my own man. I am self-made a success. I did it my way. I I did what had to be done. I followed the rules that I lay down. And nobody, nothing was going to stop me. And no one, big or small, did. I did it my way. And I'm a success.
He thinks he's in heaven.
Yes, and he got what he wanted himself. But seeing only himself, hearing only himself for all of eternity.
Soon he'll learn he's in the worst kind of hell.
Yes. Shall we look in on Bobby?
I did it my way. I don't need anyone. I am my own man. I am my own man. I am self-made, and I am a success. I did what had to be done. I followed the rules that I lay down. I laid down my rules, and I followed them. And no one, nothing was going to get in my way. No one. Shut up! Shut up! You shut up! Stop it! Stop! Stop! Please! No, shut up! Shut up! No! I did what had to be done. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
La da da da. This is paradise, just being here with you and doing the things I do. La da da dee. Da 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 da. Oh la da da do. Wa da da da. And well, as I live and breathe, greetings, Gates and Miss Vargas. How am I doing, Doc?
You are doing fine. Are you happy?
Am I happy? I'm on cloud 9.
Continue on with the act.
You're the doctor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a little audience participation with a bit of the old soft shoe. If you please, maestro. Heaven, wah, I'm in heaven, wah, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And I seem to find the happiness I seek. Boom, when we're up together dancing cheek to cheek. Da da heaven. Oh, you're getting heavy. And my knees are dropping so that I can if you only would just try to kiss the cheek. Oh, it's heavenly when I'm here for a week. Dance with me. I want my own.
Insight is a production of the Paulist Fathers, a group of Catholic priests who seek to share the good news of God's love with all their brothers and sisters in the human family.